Thanks, Melissa. Top story this morning, Rhode Island's first COVID briefing of the new year set to be held this morning.
Yeah, this comes amid some signs that nationwide the course of the pandemic could be shifting. Kayla Fish is joining us live in Providence with a preview of the briefing.
Hey, good morning, guys. Well, this will be the state's first COVID briefing in about 2 weeks, and we're expecting an update on hospital staffing supports as well as vaccination and testing capacity. Now, the Department of Health reported new cases on Tuesday, more than 4,200 COVID cases added to the total, but the 3-day average of new cases has declined, a glimmer of hope that the latest spike in infections may be peaking soon. There are currently about 460 people hospitalized with COVID here in Rhode Island. And nationwide this week, COVID hospitalizations reached the highest level yet. But medical officials say Omicron, while very contagious, seems to be causing only mild symptoms. And doctors across the country are seeing a shift in why those with COVID are being admitted, with only about half being treated for virus-related issues.
The remaining 50% of these COVID hospitalizations are patients admitted for other causes. For example, heart attacks, strokes, abdominal pain, cancer, other infections, but who happen to incidentally test positive for COVID.
Now, just this week, Massachusetts hospitals announced that they would be changing their COVID reporting, starting to differentiate between patients who are COVID positive and those who end up in the hospital and end up testing positive for COVID once they're there. Now, for today's briefing, we're told that the governor and the Department of Health director will be joined by the state's education commissioner and the head of the Rhode Island National Guard. Today's briefing is being held at 10:30 a.m. at the State House. We'll be carrying it live on our website, WPRI.com. We're live in Providence this morning. I'm Kayla Fish, 12 News.
And now looking ahead to later this morning, we're expecting to get an update on staffing supports for our hospitals in Rhode Island, as well as the latest on vaccines and testing.
The governor will be addressing these topics during a COVID briefing at the State House this morning, and that's where we find 12 News reporter Kayla Fish. She is live with more on what we might hear this morning.
Well, this will be Rhode Island's first COVID briefing of the new year, and it comes as some of our neighboring states start to see early signs that the latest surge in Omicron cases may be slowing down. For example, in Massachusetts, Boston has been tracking the prevalence of COVID in its wastewater. About a week ago, experts say it was at its highest level, but within the past few days, it's been almost cut in half. It's something Dr. Ashish Jha of Brown University mentioned on social media, tweeting that nationally it looks like the latest wave of COVID infections will crest soon. He also points to a decline in the number of cases in places like D.C. and New York.
Cases are slowing down. The rate of increase is slowing down, but they're still high. They're still high, but we are not at the end. But I wanted to say that this is, to me, a glimmer of hope.
Now, today's COVID briefing will be taking place at 10:30 this morning at the State House here behind me. 12 News will be there, and we plan to stream the briefing on our website, WPRI.com. Also on our website, you can find the latest COVID data with interactive charts and maps and many other tools to sort of check out the latest data. We're live in Providence this morning. I'm Kayla Fish, 12 News.